What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here with another Morphinominal Ranger Talk. This is number 50, and this is us going over, so far, everything that we know about Power Rangers Dino Fury, you guys. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into what we know thus far about Power Rangers Dino Fury. All right, you guys. So, earlier this week, it was on Monday when, all the photos came out, showing us our Ranger team, our team of Rangers. It showed them in civilian form. It did show them in a few stills with the swords. Now we don't know what the swords are going to be called. We also were able to see the wrist communicators. It's going to be like Beast Morphers, where you guys remember Beast Morphers. It's morphin' time. Activate Beast Power. So it'll be like that. We saw the command center. The command center. The one thing about the command center that I noticed was it gives you a feel of Dino Charge mixed with who else? Actually, just Dino Charge that it really gives me a feel for. It gives me a feel for the Dino Charges, command center, their base. Because you guys remember in the Dino Charge, the inner gems were on the wall. Well, with Dino Fury, the swords are on the wall. I think information may have came out either yesterday or Tuesday, but we did get, we got the first 2 episodes of Dino Fury, as well as we know what the premiere date is. So the premiere date is going to be February 20th. So mark your calendars for the 20th. We will be doing reviews on it. Also, we don't have a trailer as of yet, but I'm pretty sure. I know I saw somewhere that the trailer will be released in a few weeks, but with it being aired on the 20th, that would actually either mean that they would put a trailer out either this weekend or next weekend. Yeah, so it's either gonna be either this weekend or next week. It's got to be this week. Because I don't think they would want to put a trailer out 1 week before. Well, it's Nickelodeon, so never mind. Also, so let's talk about some of the photos that we saw, because we do see who the mentor is for this season, and we got the return of Mick from Power Rangers Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel. Now, what I was seeing on Twitter, more specifically from Ranger Nation, is people already comparing Dino Fury to Ninja Steel. And I'm like, how are y'all going to compare one show to another show when we haven't even saw a trailer for Dino Fury? We haven't saw an episode of Dino Fury. So how are we already saying, oh, Dino Fury is going to be just like Ninja Steel because we have the return of Mick? It doesn't make any sense. The one thing that I will say was cool to see. We all know that Zato. He's an alien. So in the pictures that we saw, he has 2 antennas. But in the rest of the pictures that we saw, he no longer has his antenna. So I'm assuming kind of like what happened with Trip on Power Rangers Time Force, with his gem, they're gonna cover it up. Well, I guess he can retract it. So pretty cool. All right, you guys. So next we're gonna talk about the Zords, the Allies, and the Rangers, and then the villains. So let's move forward. All right, so up for the Zords. Each of the Zords have their own and different names. So the Ankelo Hammer Zord, it belongs to Javi. The Stego Spike Zord belongs to Amelia, the Pink Ranger. And I don't know if I said Javi the Black Ranger, but Javi the Black Ranger. The T-Rex Champion Zord belongs to Red Ranger Zato. And then we have the Tricera Blade Zord, which belongs to, who's blue? Ollie. Ollie's a Blue Ranger. And then the Tiger Claw Zord belongs to Izzy Garcia, our female Green Ranger. You guys, I'm actually ready to see what our first female Green Ranger looks like. Now, I know people were talking about the fact that with the Ryu Soldier, Was it Toa? Toa and Bamba. Bamba was black, Toa was green, right, you guys? I didn't finish Real Soldier, so I don't really remember every one of them. Yeah, you had Ko, Asuna, Melt, Toa, Bamba, and I forgot what the Gold Ranger's name. I forgot what the Gold's name was. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the female green is gonna look like. And I expected this much from her, that she would be somewhat tomboyish. I figured that because I mean, and people were talking about she should have a skirt. Anytime that we've gender bended, they don't. If it's been gender bent, they don't have a female. They don't just say, "Hey, let's just create a skirt because this is a girl." Go back to MMPR. It took me years to finally realize when when MMPR came out, I was about 4 years old, I think, 3 or 4 years old, maybe 5. MMPR. I was no more. I was at least. I wasn't 3, so I was about 4 or 5 years old when MMPR first came out, and it took me years to finally realize that that was not Trini in that Yellow Ranger suit. That it was actually a guy from Japan. So you got Trini, then you got Aisha, which for when Aisha came on, they just made a U.S. suit, but they still never added a skirt. But you got Trini, Aisha, Maya from Lost Galaxy, because Zeo's was a girl, Turbo was a girl, Space was a girl. Yeah, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Race, Kelsey, Katie, and then we go into who's after Katie? Taylor didn't have a skirt, and then you skip Taylor, and we go to Ninja Storm. Yellow. Dustin was a Yellow Ranger in Ninja Storm. Kira had a skirt because her counterpart had a skirt. SPD, neither Sid nor Z had a skirt, and it worked out perfectly. SPD, Mystic Force, Chip was the yellow. Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive their counterpart had a skirt, I believe. But yeah. I'm interested to see. I figured, like I said, I figured as much that she wouldn't have a skirt, and that they would just kind of make her, sort of tomboyish. Let's talk about the allies. So far, we only know one ally. I'm assuming his name is Fardosaurus. He's an alien dinosaur friend. Oh, God, please don't have the fart jokes. I can't deal with the fart jokes. Victor and Monty were enough. Do we really need fart jokes? But okay, Fardosaurus stinks the place up, which might prove itself useful one day. Hopefully never. God, please don't do the fart humor. Fart humor is just not fun to me. It was funny to me when I was fart humor ever funny to me? I mean, a whoopee cushion, but that's it. Yeah. Let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. Next, the Rangers. So we're going to start up with Zato. So Zato is an alien from the planet Rafcon. He has been on Earth since the time of the dinosaurs frozen in stasis. After he is revived, he leads the Dino Fury Power Rangers in the hopes of stopping the evil forces that destroyed his planet from destroying Earth. Does that sound familiar? Actually, yeah. Orion, his planet was destroyed. Let's think of another person whose planet was another, alien being who, oh God, Tyzon. Who else? KO-35 was not destroyed. Well, yeah, KO-35 was destroyed. Miranoi was not destroyed. The people of Miranoi were turned to stone. Let's think. Trip was from a different planet, but his planet wasn't destroyed. Okay. So yeah, that's all I can think of right now is um, Andros, Maya, Tyzon, and Orion. Yeah. Okay. Now that's interesting that he's an alien from a different planet and he was frozen in stasis. So will he be somewhat similar to Coda from Dino Charge? We shall see. All right, so next we got Ollie. I don't want to butcher Ollie's name, so I'm not going to say it. His last name. So Ollie is a confident, logical. Let me start off. Ollie is a confident, logical skeptic who's never afraid to share his opinion and always needs to prove he's right. That's not going to be good. Growing up, he traveled the world with his archaeologist mom, Dr. Akana. I don't know how you pronounce it, guys. We'll get it once the show airs. Ollie doesn't believe that there's anything that can't be proven or explained by science. Pretty cool. All right, Izzy Garcia, our Green Ranger. So Izzy is a highly competitive and ambitious athlete. She pushes herself to the limits and never gives up. Even when the stress is overwhelming, she's close to her stepbrother, Javi. And then let's talk about Javi. Javi Garcia. Javi is a free-spirited musician who can be quiet at times, focusing his energy on his creative process and artistic endeavors. Though he loves music, he can't settle on any style or instrument. His stepsister Izzy is his biggest supporter and the most important person in his life. And then lastly, you guys, Amelia Jones, our Pink Ranger. She's a go-getting journalist with a passion for the paranormal. Amelia works at the internet media agency BuzzBlast. She's well known in Pine Ridge as the person you come to if anything weird happens. Her enthusiasm seeps into everything she does, much to the amusement of her friends and coworkers. Now, I will say, Amelia is giving me the vibes of Caitlin Starr from VR Troopers. If you guys have never saw VR Troopers, I don't know what to tell you, because I can't tell you to go on Netflix and watch it because it's no longer there. If you guys have never watched it, I will actually say go to Amazon because they do have the DVDs on Amazon. I don't know if Shout Factory still has them, but yeah, go check that out. She sounds a lot like Caitlin. The next thing that I want to say is with Javi and Izzy. I wonder when will we see? Because see the photos that we saw of Javi and Izzy, the team was already. They were. I think they might have been sparring. So I wonder how they're gonna work this storyline with Javi and Izzy. Because in Real Soldier, Toa and Bamba, it took them a while for them to join the team. So I wonder how they're gonna play this story with Izzy and Javi. I wonder how they're gonna play that one. It'll be interesting to see. So yeah, and I wonder which episode we'll get introduced to them, because it was a while. And to Real Soldier, it was like what, 4 episodes in before we actually saw them. I know we saw them in one episode, but they didn't really do anything. So it'll be interesting to see. And then let's wrap this up with some villain talk, okay? All right, you guys, let's talk about the villains that we know of so far. The first villain we know of is Void Knight. Now, this information, people have found some stuff about Void Knight a few weeks ago with some toy searches. So Void Knight is an armored alien warlord who crashed on Earth many years ago. He is intent on using the power of the supercharged Sporix for his own personal benefit. So that sounds familiar, doesn't it, you guys? I think that's like been the theme of the last few years of Power Rangers, where the evil is trying to get a certain power. So let's go back to Dino Charge. They were trying to get the Energems, Ninja Steel. They were trying to steal the Ninja Power Stars, Beast Morphers, the Beastex, not the Beastex, the Morphex energy, and now we have the power of the Sporix. I wonder if the Sporix I keep hitting this. I wonder if the Sporix, the Sporix, the Sporix. So the Sporix could either be the swords themselves, or the little keys that they use to morph. That'll be interesting to see what the Sporix is. It'll be relatively interesting to see what the Sporix is, and it'll also be interesting to see how we got Mick in this season. And actually, even thinking about this, because Dino Fury could do kind of like what Lost Galaxy did. Because you guys remember in Lost Galaxy, they were trying to get the powers of the Quasar Sabers, but then they just, it was the first few episodes that they were trying to, get the Quasar Sabers. And then after that, it was the lights of Orion. So they could do something like that. Because they haven't said anything about, the Rangers, the armors that they have. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And then the last person we talk about is Boomtower. He's Void Knight's monster general and a brutal fighter. So I'm wondering if Void Knight is going to be the big bad of this season or what. They could go along and, with Void Knight and everybody else, they could go along with seasons such as, let's think of a season. They could go along the season lines of, again, Lost Galaxy. You had Scorpius, you had Scorpius, then you had the generals who were Furio was defeated, then you got Trecheron, then Trecheron was defeated, and then we got Trakina. Actually, Jbsayzwhat came in, and then Scorpius was defeated, Trakina took over, then Trakina had under her Jbsayzwhat and Villamax and Kegler, who was just, the engineer. And then you go into the Lost Galaxy with Captain Mutiny, who had Barbarax, Hexaba, and Jbsayzwhat. So they could do that, or they could kind of go along the routes of Mystic Force. Mystic Force, for the longest time, didn't have a main villain. They had, the generals of the Master. And, you had Korag, you had Necroli, you had Korag, you had Necroli, you had, what was his name? Mordecon. I can't remember what the one that they released when they found Daggeron. I cannot remember what that general's name was, but you had that one. You had the knight. You had those knights that you had you had those. What was it? I can't remember who they were. I haven't watched Mystic Force in quite a while, you guys, so I can't remember everybody from Mystic Force. So they could go that route of Mystic Force as well. So there are many routes that they can go and then get to the big bad of the season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Dino Fury. You guys let me know what you guys think about everything that we've saw so far. Please, you guys, don't compare this to Ninja Steel or Super Ninja Steel. We haven't even saw the first episode yet. Let's go into this. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot. I mean, they literally filmed this during COVID for the fans. So let's give them a shot. But that is going to wrap it up for me, Ranger Nation. I will see you guys again for the 10-year anniversary video of Power Rangers Samurai. That'll be up on Sunday sometime. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Do me a favor, as always, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands and wear your mask and socially distance. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.